And welcome back to another BS episode. We do apologize if you guys are watching the video a little bit late, or if you're listening to the audio a little bit late. Yeah, we fell asleep.
What? Fell asleep? We didn't fall asleep.
Just look at
You,
the next level. Doesn't even look like he fell asleep.
you know what happened was,
What
when
happened?
you get a nice pillow and you get way too comfortable? That's exactly what happened. We had a nice little pillow because we recorded a bunch of episodes a little bit earlier. And then, that pillow was just so comfortable that we ended up being a day late for this episode. So we apologize.
Damn pillow. So make sure you guys do check the description below. We got we got a really good VPN deal happening right now. Make sure you guys protect yourself. We always say this at the start of our episode. Get yourself protected. It's kind of like car insurance. Like you're gonna have to have it. And people, it's funny because way back in the day, people were like, "Oh, you don't need no VPN. You don't need no this. You don't need no that." Like streaming is legal everywhere, and this is legal, and that's legal, and next thing you know, well, just look up Torrent Freak and you'll know. All kinds of crap is happening. But
Current context though, you never know when your government's going to do something and all of a sudden companies are going to start blocking you. We see this happening all around the world. Has nothing to do with you. It's all politics. So
with you,
like there's even I don't know if it's true or not, but there's even talks about, Russians getting blocked on Pornhub. So if you frequent certain sites and they're getting into some political garbage, then you could be blocked from something that you frequent. Not saying that you frequent Pornhub, but hey.
you're going to Pornhub. Whatever the hell that means.
And, you can't forget about Buzz TV. BuzzTVGlobal.com in the description below. Always has some great deals. And you can't forget that Buzz TV always has some bangers coming out. I don't even know if we're allowed to say this or not, but there's some new devices coming out soon. So if you want to stay up to date, make sure you check out the website. We will be having probably shows and episodes and videos on the new devices that are coming out, but it's going to be pretty cool to see the new hardware and the new software as it's released very soon.
Hails to yeah, I'm actually super stoked about that one.
Question for you. Question for you.
Answer.
How long you been using? Did you put your SIM card in your damn phone?
Yes.
How long you been using it?
Funny you say that. Did I tell you?
No.
Last weekend. Was it last weekend? Was it last weekend or the weekend before? Anyway, went to Salton Sea and went to Palm Springs.
Is that a place?
That's a place.
Or a restaurant?
It's a place. And it's actually far for me. Like well, it's not too far. Palm Springs is about an hour and change. And Salton Sea is about 2 hours and change south. For my travel channel. So anybody who follows me on the travel channel, you guys are getting a little sneak peek right now. But dude, I had the Action 2. I guess I gotta call it the Action 1, even though it's called the Osmo Action.
Okay.
But their first camera, their second camera. I also had my drone. I had my Note 10 and the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. I was using everything to record, literally. And it was insane, like just having everything plugged in, mounted, and I had my this is why you see me like this right now. Like I look like I'm summertime in the LBC. But yeah, man. Yesterday I was actually at another national park, Joshua Tree, and I ended up getting. Like, check this out. You'll probably see this. Like
you got
my
a tan.
But So yeah, I was out there hiking, walking around. I freaking got like heel blisters, look like a reptile on my heels. I need to put a lot of lotion on. But there is one thing that I don't know. I don't know if it's me. I don't know if it's a setting. I don't know what it is within this phone. I don't know if it's broken or if it's a glitch. I hate it. It's pissing me off. The phone is really, really smooth. Everything on there works great. And actually, I was going to send a video to Digital Slang to ask him to see if he knows anything about this. But if I have my phone, this is my old phone, by the way, and I'm panning, I got super steady turned on, and it goes to FHD, and I have an option of 30 or 60.
Okay.
As I'm spanning over, panning over, spamming, as I'm panning over, the screen looks like it does this. Like it's almost like
It's jumping.
Yeah.
Are you in panoramic mode?
No.
Or no, you're doing a video.
Video. And I'm literally just going like this, just panning over, and it goes really smooth, and then sometimes sometimes it moves too fast, and then it comes right back, like it glitches and comes right back.
Does that
Like
show up in the video?
As far as I've seen, yeah. When I do the replay on the phone, I see it. And I'm just like, okay, who do I talk to ask them about these issues? And do I need to return this and get another one? So remember, the main reason why I bought this phone is because I need a better video than my old phone.
Yeah.
And for the most part, every time it does that, and you know what? I'm looking at, let me see, video. Super steady is turned on. I got my old video. And yeah, on the old phone, it doesn't do that. I don't know. But
Did you try it on both 30 and 60 frames per second?
When I do 30 frames, the quality don't look that good. So I bump it up to 60, you know?
Yeah. Well, 60 frames per second is probably better if you're moving the camera around.
Yeah. I'm moving it slow. I'm just slowly panning, and I'm thinking like, well, I'm like, maybe I should get away. I could get away with 30, but I need to test this more. And I'm guessing I should have some kind of warranty with Samsung, maybe a year, I would think.
I would fool around with the settings a little bit more. You make sure that you did all the updates and everything too?
Well, the phone does its automatic updates. I don't know if there's anything else I need to do outside of that.
There's also another Samsung camera app. It's like some raw camera something that a lot of people have been talking about in the reviews. I haven't got a chance to test it out yet.
I haven't either. I just open up the stock one, you know, like, well, you know, when you click on it, like, you know, it's still locked, and you could just swipe up the camera.
Yeah.
It's just easier for me to do that. I'm just like, boom, then I close it, and it's already auto locked. So I'm finding this weird little glitch thingy, and I need to review my video to make sure it's not in all the videos, or I'm going to be pissed off big time. I was out in Joshua Tree. So Joshua Tree, if you guys don't know, you probably don't know, it's a desert. Lots of cactus. There's rattlesnakes, scorpions, tarantulas, all kinds of shit like that. What?
Cacti. Isn't it cacti or
cactus?
What's the plural of cactus?
I don't know. Cacti? Cockeye?
Oh my god. Never mind.
But like they have these giant rocks and stuff and these crazy formations. It's pretty cool. It's in the desert. It's the middle of nowhere. By it's kind of by 29 Palm Springs area. And dude, I was there. I probably hiked about maybe like 12 to 15 miles yesterday. And I started as early as I think I got inside the park, like actually in the park by 10 a.m.
Yeah.
And I didn't leave until 5 p.m. I was there all freaking day just recording videos and stuff. So the camera was cool. I had I grabbed my Camelback and I pinned my Osmo on my chest and I took off. I also had my phone in my pocket, so I would just whip it out and then just take some shots. And it's nice and easy to pull it out like that, especially when you have a really good camera on it. And for the most part, I think it did really, really well, the camera.
Right.
Just every now and then, and every time when I notice that it did that, I notice it's when I'm in an angle and I'm trying to pan. When I'm at a certain angle. So I'm thinking like maybe something with the mechanic, it's kind of like forcing itself or something. I don't know. So I don't know. I get pretty nitpicky with stuff. So
You're using it on a gimbal or you're using it with your hand?
And but I'm moving very slow. I'm not going fast, you know.
So maybe turn off that super steady.
If I turn off super steady, I have more options of stuff.
Yeah.
It doesn't glitch. The only thing is if I turn it off, I have to be on a gimbal because now it's you know.
Just don't be drunk. Be sober.
The old gimbal that I have, I think the batteries are just or not the I think the batteries are dying quicker, and I think the motors are just going bad. So I need to get a new one, another one.
One.
Plus, I do like that super steady because when you do pan over and it keeps it in screen, when it moves it, when I move, that thing gradually moves.
Maybe it's an autofocus setting that you need to turn off. Maybe it's like focusing on something, and as you're panning, it's still trying to focus on it. And when it jumps out of frame, it's like, what do I do?
I don't know. We'll mess with it more.
Yeah.
Mess with it more. So I got something here for you. I think you're going to like. Then I think everybody out there listening is going to like. This is actually pretty cool. I was very excited when I saw this. Get 3 months of Paramount Plus for as little as $1 a month.
Their birthday? My birthday? Whose birthday?
Their birthday.
Oh, well, happy birthday, Paramount. Shout out to you.
Happy birthday, Paramount. This isn't a what the hell, but I thought like, dude, $1, $3. I'm like, you have to get it, you know? It's one of those things. It's like, dude, just get it. So Paramount Plus is celebrating a birthday, but their biggest thing is for new and returning. People are going to ask, well, what if I had it before? Well, for new and returning, it's you can get that premium plan for $1. So here it is. Right now, you can stream Paramount Plus for as little as $1 a month for the Essentials plan. For the premium plan, it's $2 a month, which I still think that's great. And this is for the first 3 months. Enter the code birthday on checkout. That's pretty good.
And guys, remember, you don't always have to be subscribed to these plans every single month for every single service. Deals like this are starting to happen more and more, right? If you have a staple that you use, most people, I would probably say Disney Plus is their staple. And if you want to watch something that's on Paramount, that's on Hulu, that's on HBO Max, on one of these other platforms, you know, kind of, if you can be patient, you can save a lot of money. You know, wait until you find a deal like this and then binge watch all of your shows in that month that you want to see on that platform. If you don't want to be patient, then just get it for the month when what you want is on there. Mm-hmm. You don't need to pay for it for a whole year every year. You don't need to do these things. Don't do it.
Yep.
Be smart.
Yeah.
Be wicked smart.
I agree. I think this is cool. Actually, I need to take a picture of this so I don't forget. Because I'll go through my stuff later and I'll be like, wait, what was that again? But you know, it'll be good, you know, just to have and check out. So there's your deal right there. So topic of this thing is what the hell happened? Amazon scammers.
Yo,
And
this is popular as hell right now.
Dude.
I actually met one in real life the other day, and I'm like, how are you even doing this?
What'd they say?
Dude, he had like, I don't even know if I'm supposed to be saying this stuff, but he had some like, I'm not going to say anything, but he had some expensive tech. And I'm like, what's the deal? And he's like, it's an Amazon thing. And I'm like, you guys should like probably watch yourself. Just saying.
Watch your back, fool. So have you ever gotten an email? What the hell is that sound?
Oh, that's me. I was drinking my coffee. I was slurping on the scissor.
Have you ever gotten an email sipping on some scissor? Have you ever gotten an email, or anybody out there? Have you ever gotten an email?
Dude, if Amazon? You let me edit this video, I'm gonna put that kid in. Have you ever? And he goes on for like 30 seconds.
Oh man. Again, have you ever gotten an email from either Amazon or PayPal? And I'm seeing this more and more often that says your account is about to be deactivated.
Amazon emails me every day. I'm about to block them.
Is it from Amazon?
It's from Amazon. They're like, set up a business account. I'm like, screw you, go away.
You could unsubscribe to that. That's not what I'm talking about, though.
I know.
I know. You could unsubscribe to that easily. Have you seen those emails that says your account has been compromised?
Yo, and they want the, what do they call those things? The 2FA codes. They're like, yeah, please enter your 2FA code so we can take over your account and steal all your money.
Dude. So you'll get this link. And it's funny too, because the email will have the Amazon logo on it. It'll have the PayPal logo on it. It'll have all the logos and everything on it that makes it look legit. What makes it not legit? Like, how do you find out when something is not them, you know?
Well, there's a lot of different ways to figure out if you're being fished or not, right? Like spoofed or fished. Like, look at the email address for one thing. Look at the links inside of the email. Are they legit? Like, can you, without clicking on them, enter it letter by letter into your browser and end up in where you're supposed to be? You know what I mean? Because it's very easy to change a hyperlinks and what it appears to you versus where it actually takes you, right? And, you know, the age-old saying is, if something is too good to be true, then it generally is. So
I thought it took a screenshot of it somewhere. I'm sure I have it somewhere. I got so many pictures and videos of all kinds of stuff. So this is what I do. This is the first thing that I do. You could open up that from to CC whatever sender thing. You could open it all up and see who it came from. Now here's the thing. If Amazon's emailing me that says my account has been compromised, go directly to Amazon. Don't click on the links. Don't click on anything like that. If you're not sure. Amazon has a chat thing that says, hey, it says my account has been compromised. You could ask them. They'll probably say, like, that's a fake email. But open up the email where you could see where it came from, and it'll be some kind of like it'll be like a bunch of letters and numbers email. And then the last part would be like .cz.
Yo, I get a lot of those for like promotions on YouTube.
Oh, me too. Like, oh, we got the yeah, yeah. So the new one that I'm getting right now is freaking crypto. They're like, hey, we've noticed you have a crypto trends channel. Congratulations on doing such a well job. I'm like, fuck you. I'm like, you don't know what I do. You don't know my life.
You don't know my life.
And then they say, we have this new abracadabra or alakazam or whatever NFT that's on the market. I was like, oh, cool. So have you been minted yet? I'll reply to it. Have you been minted yet? And then they're just like, oh, you could see all of our info here. I was like, okay, have you been minted yet? Like, are you on Ethereum, Solana? I'll give them a little bit of information. Like, are you here, or here? Where can I go search for it? I don't want your link. Where can I go search for it? And there's one, actually, you know what? There was one that I got that said you could, it's like a gambling game.
Okay.
And some people actually were reviewing it. It looks kind of cool. You could actually throw in Ethereum. Well, actually, no, it's not Ethereum. You could purchase through Ethereum, and then you get whatever token it is, ABC token. ABC token's not is like, you know, for every, I don't know, for every one Ethereum. Well, I guess I shouldn't even put one Ethereum. Well, Ethereum is worth like what, 3K right now, somewhere around there. But let's just say you're like, okay, I'm gonna buy like $100 worth of this credit. Every single coin is worth $1, I think it is, or like a quarter. I don't know what it's like, something like that. But what you do is you gamble it. You throw it in, and this one actually kind of caught my eye. You throw it in, and you tell it to. It's kind of like this. You throw it in the pot, and then it starts to move up. It says, okay, game started, go. So it goes, and then there's this thing that says 1x, 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, 1.5, and then you have to hit stop. Whenever you hit stop, whatever that x is, that's how much you multiplied your money. If you bust and the thing says if the machine stops for you and says busted, that means you lost whatever money you bid.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I was
like,
kind of like I was like
roulette or something, kind of.
Say again.
Kind of like roulette or something.
No, not like roulette. Roulette, you throw the ball in the thing and it spins, and if you hit a number, you win. This is more like
But the numbers are like your multipliers.
Yeah, it's a multiplier, but but you have to stop it before the machine stops it.
Okay.
And it keeps going up. The longer you wait, you could earn a lot of money. You know what I mean? And it's funny because when they show the play action, it goes like 1x, 2x, 3x, 4x, 5x, 10x, 20x, 30x, 40x. And then they're like, winner, you 30x your money, you know? But when you put your actual money, it goes like 0.1, 0.2, 0.5, 0.8, 1, 1.1, 1.2. It goes really, really small, you know?
Yeah.
And from what I've noticed, like chances are it busts pretty hard. Like people were just losing their money left and right because it kept busting, you know? What made me stop was the guy said, set up an account with my affiliate link and I'll give you some credits.
Okay.
I'm like, that's bullshit. I'm like, wait, I'm going to set it up with your affiliate link, which means an affiliate link. You're going to get some. I'm going to get some. You're not giving me anything. The affiliate link is automatically going to give me a share because it says, hey, if you join with my link, you get $5. I get $5. I say that in my crypto videos. If you use any of my links, they'll give you like $5 in Bitcoin. I'll get $5 in Bitcoin. It doesn't cost you anything, and it doesn't cost me anything. I'm very honest. This guy is saying like, oh no, like I'll give you some coins that once you sign up, it'll already be in there. I'm like, okay, you're a liar. Liar. But it seemed kind of cool. It seemed like a cool concept. What have you run into when it comes to that email click my link thing?
I don't trust any emails. I'm terrible, bro. If I don't know you, I ain't reading your email.
So you don't even know what you've been getting.
Like, there's so many emails that I get that I used to read all the different YouTube promotion stuff that would come through. And then all of the email addresses, I'm like, okay, if this is really your company, you'll have like an email address to be at, like, you know, mark@nextleveltech.com or something like that, right? Yeah. Nobody has an email address like that. How do I take them serious?
This is true.
They could be legit, but I don't like, this is 2022 where like we legitimately have hackers that are threatening to take down companies, and everybody's like fighting to survive and make a little bit of bread. And like, unfortunately, you can't trust the internet. You can't. Mm-hmm. So I would rather decline ignorantly some opportunities and potentially some income from doing promotional videos just to keep myself safe. Last year, I think it was last year, my PayPal did get hacked. And they went through my PayPal, took all the money, went through my bank account, got money from there. And it was like, yeah. I'm not going through that again.
That's nuts, dude. I still can't believe you went through that.
I got most of it back, but like still, like.
Well, there's this new one that they're doing on, and actually I fell to this. I fell to this just recently. This is a big what the hell. A friend of mine said, hey, dude, there's a way I can make you like a lot of money through freaking crypto right now. I was like, no kidding. I'm like, you're into crypto too? He's like, yeah. And this is somebody that I actually know. Like, I went to go shoot guns with this guy. Like, I know him. I know where he lives. And I was like, what are you using? He's just like, oh, just micro cryptos that just explode, and you know, we just put in a little bit, and you know, we pull out. I was like, bro, that's cool. Like, I'm totally in. And he said, send me $200 and I can get you $4,000, like up to $4,000. I was like, no kidding, dude. Really?
Okay, but that's my first red flag right there. If you can do this with $200, then why do you need my 200? Because you would have tested it with your own 200, made $4,000. So why do you need another 200?
Oh, it's to help. He was doing it to help others. He's just like, I'm making my money already. I'm just here to help others do it. I was like, that's cool.
I still don't trust it.
So I sent him $200 via Zelle. And he was just like, okay, cool. He's like, send me a screenshot. I'm like, why would I send you a screenshot, dude? Just check your thing. Like, I just sent it to you right now. Like, you know me.
It didn't go to him.
He's just like, I just need to be sure. And then the Zelle said it sent it to somebody, some other name. And I'm just like, okay, this isn't you for sure. So I'm just like, whatever, I'll keep playing along. I called Zelle, or I'm sorry, I called my bank at that point, Chase, because I can't use the Zelle app because Zelle is built into Chase.
Okay.
So yeah, I know it's kind of weird. So I called the bank and I called them saying, hey, I think there's a fraud going on. And the guy was like, hey, your $4,000 is impending. It has to be released, and there's a fee that you have to pay for the release. You have to send another $1,000. And I'm just like, dude, you said send you 200, I get $4,000 back. How is it like I have to send you another $1,000 or $1,000 now? Now we're talking about $1,200 for me to get what, 3,000, not even 2,800 back. I was like, nah, dude. I'm like, that's not cool. And he's like, no, dude, like that's how it works. He's like, you know, I'm not in charge of these banking institutes. Like, this is what it is. I was like, bro, my bank will not put a hold or some kind of fee if you're trying to transfer money. I'm like, he's like, do you have Cash App? I was like, I do. He's like, well, Cash App is putting that fee on it for me to release that money. I'm like, that's bullshit because I use Cash App all the time. And then I told him, I was like, hey, I'll be at your house in a second. Don't worry about it, dude. I'll come talk to you. And he's like, what do you mean? He's like, don't worry. He's like, Dorian and Eric are on the way to your crib right now. And he's just like, what is that supposed to mean? Like, he got like really like nervous and scared, you know? I was like, don't worry, dude. I got you. Don't worry. I'll see you right now in a few. Dude, his Instagram disappeared.
Of course it did. Of course it did. It wasn't even him messaging you, was it?
Nope. So I hit up, I called up my friend, and he's just like, oh no, dude. He's like that. He's like, I got hacked on that account. I'm like, why is there a video saying if you want to get some crypto, hit me up? He's like, because they said that to send them that video as a promotion because they were going to send him money to promote. And they did that whole 2FA thing. Says, hey, you have to click on this link, blah, blah, blah. You have to give us the information so that way we could send it to you and release it. And his account got hacked. Cool. So I got a hold of my bank. They got a hold of the Zelle thing, and they said that there's been multiple reports. I got my money back. They froze his accounts, and his that other fake account got closed out. I'm like, man, I'm like, you mess with the wrong dude. Let me tell you, you mess with the wrong dude.
Then you got it back, right?
I got my money back.
You know, people think that. Okay, so a couple myths or stereotypical ignorances with cryptocurrency. One, people think that it's just for criminals and that, you know, people can't see what you're doing on the blockchain, which is completely false. Everything is on a public ledger on blockchain, right? Now, the most or the worst thing currency for criminal activity is, do you know what it is? Like, what form is the worst for criminal activity? Cash. Cold hard cash is the worst for criminal activity because it is a lot more difficult to track cash because it's not in the bank account. It's not going from an account to an account. So, you know, people can be swapping $100,000 in cash and nobody really knows where it came from, who it went. Like, yeah, each bill has a serial number, but it doesn't tell you in whose possession that bill was in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's actually a lot more difficult to do some of the things that cash can do with any kind of digital asset. Doesn't matter what it is.
Makes sense. Yeah. Crazy, dude. Crazy. So here's something in the news that's going to crack you up. This was a big what the hell. A big what the hell. Amazon is under scrutiny for its stake in an air transport company that is a key contractor providing ICE deportation flights.
Nice.
Which have a long history of alleged abuse on board. Not so nice. Bro. What the hell is this crap? What the hell is this crap, dude?
So what were they doing? They were just funding another company, like supporting them?
They're funding them. They spent 131 million, which is, I think it says roughly 20 20% stake in Air Transport Services. ATSG is the stock, I guess, which is a long-term partner in its delivery operations and helping out with ICE.
Well, their stock looks like it's up right now.
Yeah, Amazon's funding them.
Yeah, they when is this from?
This is like, oh, I just closed that one too. This is like literally just happened, like
It just happened.
within the last week.
That would make sense. So the 24th to the 28th, the stock jumped 20%. And then from the 28th until today, it dropped down 5%, but then came back up a little bit. So, well, what are they doing to immigrants? Deportation? What?
Yeah, they're deporting them from the States back to Mexico or wherever they're coming. Or yeah, basically Mexico is where they're dumping them.
But like legally.
I don't know if the term legal is anything in here. They're grabbing them, throwing them in a plane, and then they're kicking them out.
But somebody's got to be paying them to headhunt these people and transport them. No? Wouldn't that be the government? Like, wouldn't they get a cut from the government saying these people need to be deported for transportation? Here is no? Like, how does deportation? I've never been deported.
If you get caught by the cops, it could be any way. It could be border patrol. It could be some kind of law enforcement. They arrest you and they throw you in a bus and they take you down to the south border. It could be a multitude of things, but pretty much law enforcement is what's going to be grabbing you and dumping you. Either PD or some kind of border patrol. ICE is another division of that.
Yeah, that's a government body.
Mm-hmm. So what they'll do is if they find you, they'll grab you and chuck you across the borderline. Well, now what they're doing is they're not just chucking you, they're throwing you inside of a plane, and then they're trying to fill up this plane as much as possible and trying to drop them off somewhere in Mexico or somewhere in Central America, somewhere in South America. I don't know. But this is saying like there's abuse happening, which you could probably imagine what's happening. Yeah,
I was about to say something, but that probably would have like definitely got the video deleted. So I'm gonna behave myself on this one.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Anybody out there listening could only imagine. So
there's so many things that have been implemented over time that are counterproductive when it comes to bringing people together as people. Like, a lot of people are patriotic to their country. A lot of people are proud to be an American, but every day they're segregated to being something besides American. Oh, you're thought of being, I don't know, Mexican before you're an American, even if you're born in America. Let's say, I'm just using that as an example, right? Mm-hmm. A lot of times people don't even know where you're from, and they just see the color of your skin and they automatically assume. I have a lot of friends that are from the Caribbean that 100% look Chinese, but they were born in the Caribbean and they have a hard Caribbean accent. Mm-hmm. So they open their mouth and you're like, I was not expecting any of that. But before they open their mouth, they're already being judged for, a lifestyle that they know nothing about. Like absolutely nothing about. Who was it? I think it was T-Pain. I was watching a video about somebody met up with him in an airport, and they're like, "What do you think about?" I'm quoting this, so if anyone gets upset, whatever, I don't care. What about white people celebrating Black History Month? And he's like, I think they should stop. I think everyone should stop. And they're like, why? And he's like, well, you're segregating it. Like, our
Mhm.
history is their history and their history is our history, and
Mhm.
it shouldn't just be segregated to 1 month. And you know, history should be in a way where it shows both good context and bad context. It should just be facts. It shouldn't just be one-sided. And for so long, I think that, you know, they say that history is written by the people who win the wars, right?
Mhm.
But I think the most wars are so far gone by now, and so much more context has come about that is now dictated as facts.
Mhm.
So it's not about rewriting history, it's about rewriting the history books.
Yeah. And you know what's interesting about that is as much as we don't want segregation, we want everything to be all as one and we're all the same and everything. The problem is, and I don't really give a shit how people are going to take this, whatever. I'm being as blunt and as black and white as I can be.
Whoa.
If they take away Black History Month, black people are going to get pissed.
Everyone's gonna get pissed. But
They're
you
going
know
to
what's
say,
crazy? A lot of times it's not. It's so. I'm just using this because it's part of the example. But Black History Month was put for Black people, but it's like the non-Black people that fought for it or who will fight. Like if they take it away, it's not usually the Black people that are like, "Hey, what are you doing?"
mhm. But see here, but here's the thing too. I actually had when I was working at my last job. It's owned by black and it's very black dominant workers. You know, um, there might have been like I think the CFO was white and one of the bookkeepers was white. Actually, the only bookkeeper was white. I was the only Hispanic. Everybody else black. Um, and I had a conversation with one of them who's very pro black, big time. I was saying like, hey, like, why is it that you like that you're hyping up Black History Month so bad? Like, why isn't that we can't celebrate certain things that happen throughout the year? It's not just like everything in Black history didn't happen in February. You know what I mean? Like throughout the year things happen. And same thing with freaking
So
Hispanics. You know, like they're like, oh, Cinco de Mayo. It's
so
like, dude, why you guys celebrating Cinco de Mayo? That has nothing to do with the United States. It's
so
like,
I have a question then. You guys have civic holidays in the States, right?
name one.
I don't know. I'm just saying. There's usually like a holiday,
We have holidays. I don't know what you call a civic holiday.
like a governmental holiday, like a federal, like a state, like not state, a countrywide holiday. Let's say
We have a lot of them.
a
4th of
lot of them,
July,
right?
Memorial, Labor Day,
So
Christmas.
I know at least here the month with usually zero government-wide holidays is February. Everything else is dictated towards like Easter, Christmas. Like it usually has its own agenda.
Mhm.
So they're like, oh, February is like I know they got the shorter month, but you know February doesn't really have an agenda, so we'll just be like, all right, this is yours.
Mhm.
Like I know here, February is the only month that doesn't have a civic holiday, so they just made one up and said, "Here's Family Day. You get to spend it with your kids."
You know what? Like I've noticed there's a lot of stupid things that they're like, okay, so way back when they're just like, oh, this month we're gonna celebrate um breast cancer month. What is that, October? I think
I
it
don't
is.
know. Right
Breast
before
cancer
November.
awareness. And then and I used to wear like the bracelets and everything and the pink shirts. Like I'm like, yeah, I'm like I support this. I'm like, it's a definite awareness that people need to be like aware of. And then next thing you know, they're just like, oh, it's mental health issue month. And it's just like, I thought this was breast cancer month. And they're like, oh no, now it's something else month, and it's this month, and it's that. And then let's throw sister day and let's throw cousin day and let's throw your neighbor day. And I'm just like, what the like, dude, what the hell's going on here? Like now we have all these days and months all within the same 1 month or the same one day. It's just like, okay, I'm like, look, there's only so many days out of the year. There's only so many things that you're going to be able to celebrate every single day. I'm like, are you guys just bored that you guys just need a day to? I'm like, dude, go outside and go play basketball or something. Go out for a walk. Like, dude, what the hell? Like, go celebrate that you're breathing air today. I don't know. But
Wow.
like
Man's
like
angry out here in his pink shirt.
yeah, I know. So like the thing with these little months that they try to celebrate or days that they try to celebrate, St. Patrick's Day. It's like, why the hell are we celebrating St. Patrick's Day here in the States? That has nothing to do with us at all. But let's turn everything green and let's sell the crap out of it. It's stupid. It's dumb. The thing is, if they were to take away, for example, Black History Month, there's going to be a lot of Black people that are going to be pissed. Those same exact people don't do crap when it comes to those months. When it's just like, hey, look, we're going to be celebrating this. Hey, what'd you do for Martin Luther King Day? Nothing. Just stayed at home and watched TV. It's like, dude, what? Like, seriously, what I used to do on Memorial, every single Memorial for years and years and years, and then I just kind of like slowed down and stopped. I would go to the cemetery and my step grandfather was in the Marines. I would go as sometimes if like before he passed, I would just go to the cemetery to honor whoever they're honoring, just because it's freaking Memorial Day. It's about the military, people who passed away, who gave us what we have today. And I would just go, sometimes even a little further back, when I was a very active musician. I was constantly playing. I would volunteer and be like, hey, are you guys doing anything for Memorial? Are you guys going to go to a cemetery and play music? What are you guys going to do? And I would sign up and go and do it. I don't know.
I was listening to a comedian talk about this, and he said it's actually pretty interesting because he's a Black comedian, and he said when February rolls around, his paycheck actually looks a little bit nicer, because he says that in his career, typically when he goes and he applies for shows, they say, oh, they already have enough ethnic people on the lineup. So they're not turning him away because of his comedy. They're literally saying they don't want that many Black people on the show. So they're not turning him away because they hate his comedy. They're just turning him away because they're racist. That's it. Right? But he said when February turns around, everybody tries to showcase Black people and pay them more and do all kinds of stuff. So February, he's just like, I make more money just because I'm Black.
See, that's sad. To me, that's just like, I don't know, man. So I know you were asking about the whole thing about what happened with the State of the Union thing, and I was like, yeah, Biden came up and said a couple stupidities like usual, like, oh, we're gonna stop Russia from. I'm like, dude, you're not stopping Russia, do crap. I'm like, you're not hurting their infrastructure. You're not doing crap, dude. And he's like, oh, I'm I almost solved Corona. I'm like, really? You're a scientist now too? Holy shit, dude. Damn, man. I want to grow up to be just like you. Dude.
Is that an Eminem video?
Yeah.
I want to grow up to be just like you.
Dude, what did he say yesterday? Oh, damn it. Now I lost it. He said something really like really off the wall. I'm gonna remember later. It has the defund the police thing. He's like, we don't need to defund the police. We need to fund the police. And it's just like, dude, they're not talking about, like, the whole thing about defund the police is not to take money away from the police and to close down police stations. It's to reallocate that money into like better training for them. Like, and the thing is, like, racism is never going to go away. Prejudice is never going to go away. It's just going to be one of those things that you walk down the street, you're going to look at somebody, and it could be your own race. You're going to look at that person. I could attest to this. When I was in high school, and I went to high school with Hispanic dominant, I'm Hispanic, born around Hispanics. I went to a school that was Hispanics, whites, Asians. Actually, we had a lot of Asians too. But there were some Hispanics that I looked at them. I'm just like, dude, I don't like you. I don't like your face. You know, I just don't like you. Period. As soon as they open their mouth, I'm like, yep, that confirms it. I don't like you more. But that's the thing. It's that's gonna exist no matter what. And you know what? It just depends on how you train people. Like, hey, if you're gonna be a cop, you obviously can't do certain things. So when he's over here saying like we need to fund them, it's just like, dude, you need to have a. You can't just be like, oh, I'm going to fund them back. It's like, no. What is your plan? Like, what are you gonna do? Like, what are you doing? You know, you're just sitting there on a nice shiny chair in a desk and calling yourself the presidente. You know what I mean? It's just, I don't know, dude. It's a whole that whole thing was. Some things were like, okay, cool. So other things was like, dude, what the hell are you talking about? But here's something a little bit lighthearted. I think you're gonna find funny.
I'm Batman. Pixelmon.
Pixelmon. So Pixelmon, which is supposed to be like Pokemon, raised 70 million to create an open world RPG where Pixelmon will be caught as NFTs. Look
Like
at this.
Pokemon?
This is like Pokemon, yeah.
Like Pokemon Go, where you can go out in the real world?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be like the app or it's an RPG. It's a role playing game. So I don't know if it's an app that you go and do that with your phone or if it's within your computer. You sit down and you kind of like walk around. I don't know. I didn't see it, but apparently it's a huge laughing stock. All these investors, look, when they finally saw the artwork, investors
balked. Is that even a word? Balk?
It is now. They took off.
Balked. Well, I've never seen that one before. I'm gonna Google that shit.
So it's saying here that the concept is promising. Pixelmon is supposed to be an open world RPG set in the world of Eden, whatever the hell that is. They're just making shit up. Where Pixelmon are captured, traded, and sold as NFTs, which I think is kind of cool.
I learned a new word.
Holders of those NFTs are to be given land where, upon the game's launch at the end of the year, they can build living spaces. They can create shops and become in-game merchants, which is kind of cool. Like if you capture them, you could now build a shop, and if you have people traveling around, they could go to your shop and buy stuff. So, it was going to be a pretty cool NFT. The collection was going to be 10,000 Pixelmons last month. That's what they released. And they raised about $70 million. And it says here, that's usually a budget associated with a blockbuster PlayStation or Xbox.
Yeah, usually.
But the project hit a roadblock over the weekend, this last weekend. After raising all the money, the team unveiled the Pixelmon that will inhabit the world. And this project has become a laughingstock on social media ever since.
Do you have pictures?
Oh, I got pictures. So here's one. It's called Cyber.
But that's kind of the concept. Like, their name is Pixelmon. They're a bunch of pixels put together.
Yep.
I don't like. What else were they expecting? Okay, that's terrible. Whatever the hell that is.
That's what it ended up being. This is what they thought was going to be. All of this stuff. This is what they thought it was going to be.
Yeah, that's a big difference.
And then they came out with this.
His eyes aren't even lined up properly.
Dude, he's all cockeyed.
He looks like he's on some serious drugs.
Oh, man. So, if you guys are listening to the audio of this stuff, here's a little video. So this is like stuff that they're expecting. Some of these Pixelmons, they look like Pokemon, but like pixelated. And then when they actually release them, they look kind of bad. It's almost like when and
Not
I don't want
kind
to
of.
talk.
They're terrible. They're trash.
They're pretty bad. And I don't want to talk bad to like when a kid draws a little stick figure and says, "Look what I drew." But it's a stick figure probably would have been better than this.
Terrible.
Yeah.
This to me is a rug pull. Because you have to understand, in order for people to have the expectations they did, it's because they released, oh my God, they released some characters. So everyone is expecting that same kind of detail, same kind of, production. And then they come out with this and it feels like it's a rug pull to me. Like this looks like Super Nintendo graphics would be better.
Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis. That I could not believe. When I first saw it, I was like, "Ooh, this looks kind of cool." Like pixel, like almost like Minecraft, but with Pokemon. And then I see that. What the hell?
This is stupid.
It's stupid.
Like this is why. Okay, Pixelmon. I'm curious. I want to go. I want to before I say anything. I want to look at them up real quick. Pixelmon.
Yeah. Anybody out there listening? Let us know what you guys think in the comment section. Did anybody get Pixelmon? I hope not.
Is this? Do they have a website?
I don't know. I just saw that article and I saw that it looked like that Bulbasaur. Is that what it is? Bulbasaur. But his eyes were like Biggie.
Pixelmon.club is their website. Okay, so here's the thing. Anytime that I tell you to look into a crypto, what's one of the first things that I usually say when you go to their website that you look for?
What do you say?
Huh?
What do you say?
Like, usually you look for a roadmap, right? You can't even click on the roadmap on their website. It won't let you click on it. Next, you look for who's the team running it. Especially if it's a game development, you want to know who's running it because you can see what kind of history. What other platforms were they working on? Were they working on Ubisoft? Were they working from like so many other places, right? A lot of times people transition from one company to another and one platform to another, but they bring a lot of experience with them, right? Right away, as soon as I pull up this website, I'm like, the website's kind of cool because it's got a moving image, but I can't see a white paper and I can't see the team. So I personally, just my personal opinion, I wouldn't have invested in it. Not no 70 million. Who are you investing in? Who? Oh my God. 3-year-old with a Minecraft server. That's what you're investing in.
Got to catch them all, man. Oh, man. Pretty hilarious. Okay, I got another one for you. Fitbit recalls Ionic smartwatches over burn hazard. There's been over 100 consumers that reported burn injuries on their wrists. And this just happened like a few days. Actually, you know what? No, this just happened today. Fitbit issued a nationwide recall today due to a burn hazard. It follows reports of the lithium battery that's overheating and causing injuries. Now, here's the thing. If you have a Fitbit, if you have a watch, you have a Samsung watch, right?
Yeah, that's right.
if you got a watch and you have it on and you feel it get warm,
Take the shit off.
dude. The concept, right? Well, apparently people were getting, even better. Customers are instructed to immediately stop using the device and to contact Fitbit and click on product help.
Is this only if they feel like getting warm?
No. This isn't warm. They're getting like first degree burns.
But do they want everybody who owns it to contact them, or only the people that are getting burned?
Doesn't say. It just says that there is a recall on this watch. So I'm guessing everybody. If there's a recall on something, I'm guessing it's everybody who has it.
Which Fitbit?
It just says Fitbit Ionic smartwatch.
Ionic.
Fitbit's Ionic smartwatch. That's what it's called. Why? Do you know anybody with a Fitbit?
Yeah, Preppy has one.
Oh,
she has the Versa or something?
Preppy, take it off. Well, you know what I mean.
Fitbit One, Fitbit Sense.
She might be okay. It's called Ionic smartwatch.
Yeah, they're different styles. So like there's the Fitbit One, Fitbit Sense, Fitbit Versa, I think, and then there's the Fitbit Ionic.
So it might be that one. Fitbit Ionic is what it's called. She don't have that one?
No.
Then she should be okay. Tell her if she feels her wrist get warm, warmer than usual, she might want to take it off. How old? Yeah, actually, how long has she had that one?
A while. So she should be fine.
She should be fine. Well, actually, no, wait, hold on. The Ionic model was released 2017 as the company's first smartwatch. So I don't know which one they're talking about. So she might want to double check. Here's something that's a what the hell. Australian scientists plan to resurrect the Tasmanian tiger. Why?
Here's the thing. Even if an animal is native to a country, a city, a continent, whatever, but it's been removed from the ecosystem, adding it back changes so many things to an ecosystem. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but do we really want to be messing with things that we know nothing about? Like, it's cool if like an animal, I don't know how I feel about resurrecting, right? Like zombie animals are coming up and they have different personalities and different traits because we're not God. Mm-hmm. You can't resurrect something 100%. I don't care what you say. Oh my God.
Dude, this thing has been extinct for almost 100 years. 1936. Here's something that's more interesting. It says last year there's a group of people that were out there hiking around, I guess, and they spotted one. They spotted one in the Australia's forest. But see, here's this picture of this thing that says the last Tasmanian tiger died in captivity in 1936. How sad is that, dude? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you have the last one and you're just like, this is it. Once this is gone, this is gone. So they announced just yesterday that they are going to start looking into creating another one. It's going to cost them, well, actually, this doesn't say. It says thanks to a 3.6 million philanthropic donation. Oh, they're using the 3.6 million to kickstart this. This is nuts, dude. This is ridiculous. I don't know, man. Like it's kind of like what you said. Like lots have changed within the last 100 years.
You imagine if they actually started their Jurassic Park, right? It's going to change the ecosystem. Even something small, like a small animal,
Mm-hmm.
everything changes. Everything.
Yeah.
Shit's crazy. I don't
It's
know.
nuts.
Like,
So
you want to go and resurrect something, go resurrect it in the metaverse.
go erect the Pixelmon.
Yeah, there you go.
So the last one that we got here, you actually mentioned this one. This is the Sonos.
Oh, yeah.
We actually had this conversation a while ago that Sonos was suing Google for patenting their products. We talked about this a while ago, a year ago, maybe longer than that. Sonos had accused a lot of tech giants for stealing their patents, but it happened in 2020 that it actually sued Google. And so this says Sonos said that it had disclosed details about how its technology worked during negotiations to integrate Google's voice assistant, and that Google had copied the tech and then released cheaper products. Remember this?
Yeah.
Sonos recently won that lawsuit, which ruled that Google infringed all 5 patents that
Wow.
Sonos brought to the court. All 5. In response, this is what Google had to do. Google had to change how some of its speakers work, including reducing some functionality. Google is, of course, appealing, but you just like they're not gonna win this one. I don't know why Google's even trying. I know they have a lot of money they could just throw out there, but this
I
is
think
nuts, dude.
this thing's been going on for 2 years.
Yeah.
Because I think we started talking about them when we first started doing the podcast, too.
Mm-hmm.
One of the first things that we were talking about was Sonos and Google and how they were fighting about their patents.
And Sonos actually claims that Google infringed over 150 patents. They only went after 5, so these 5 must have been big ones.
Like, well, if you're gonna go to court against Google, you want to take your biggest guns.
Yeah. And Sonos is a small company compared to Google. You know, like you can't compare the two. But I'm glad that Sonos won. Google needs to be put in their place because it's kind of, I don't want to say Google has a monopoly in things, but they kind of do. But I'm glad that I'm glad that people aren't afraid of stepping up to Google. You know, we just need some people to step up to YouTube on some of these random strikes for no reason, and they need to be clear with some of their terms of services, but apparently they think they are already. But yeah, it's crazy stuff. Some really, really crazy stuff, man. It's nuts. Again, we do apologize that this episode came a little bit late, but better late than never. You're still getting it. And yeah, a lot of stuff happening. Yeah, I think that's all I got within all the stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode again. Hope you guys make sure you guys always leave us a comment. Let us know what you guys think. Let us know what you guys enjoy. Let us know what you guys don't enjoy, so that way we know what to do, what to talk about. Next,
See,
anything
do you
got before we
remember
go?
a YouTuber a while back? He was like a smaller YouTuber by the name of Peppy the Gamer. He used to
idea.
make streaming related content as well too, but I seen that he's just started commenting on our audio side. So I used to talk to him years ago, and then he changed his channel content, and then I haven't seen anything of him until he started commenting on our videos again. So just saying,
cool.
what's up?
What's up? What was the name again?
I think it's Peppy the Gamer. I think so, something like that.
Peppy the Gamer.
I gotta look it up.
Yeah, I gotta look it up. Gotta look him up, see who he is. But yeah, hey, a big shout out. Thanks for shooting us a message. All right, what do you got before we get out of here, man?
You know what I say? Thank you guys for checking out the episode wherever you guys are listening to us on the audio side. Make sure that you leave us a review so other people like yourself can find the content that you enjoy. If you are looking to be a part of the conversation, be a part of the community, make sure that you check over on YouTube, the Beyond the Streams YouTube channel. We do go live every Thursday, usually around 3 to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you come over there, be a part of the conversation. You never know where the conversations are going to go. You never know who we're going to have on. We usually have on other creators as well as other people from companies that either you're already enjoying their products and services or you probably should check them out. So make sure you have those notification bells turned on for all the different platforms, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.